welcome to another Kerfuffle webinar, and I'm delighted to have Mark McCorry, the CEO at Made Snappy. Mark, just talk to us then. Give us a bit of background. There's a clue in the name around Made Snappy. Today we're going to the title is saving 30k per branch using virtual tours. Okay, you've got my attention there. We'll come on to go into that a bit more detail, but just give us a bit of background, Mark. Talk us through what made you start Made Snappy in the beginning.
So I work for a big tech company called Autodesk, who generally built B2B software for big companies, manufacturing companies. Then I went on to lettings, so I ran my own letting agency.
Yep.
And it was really when I was running my letting agency that I started to see a lot of inefficiencies and things that just really annoyed me, basically. So Made Snappy was really about solving my own problems first. So I built a virtual tour platform for Made Snappy, rolled out virtual tours across my whole portfolio, and I saw roughly a 40% reduction in viewings to let the same properties. Then 2019, kind of got a little bit fed up of running a letting agency, and really enjoyed the tech side. So I thought, well, I've saved so much money doing this, why don't I do that for other agents? And I sold my letting agency and started Made Snappy.
I suppose on the letting side of things, is it worthwhile the time and energy of putting in the work to create a virtual tour, given that the properties move so quickly? Or would you say that this is a way of optimizing that time?
So we've got some agents who do one viewing and rent the property, and they've done that by streamlining the process using virtual tours. So actually it's helping them get through those leads much more efficiently.
And apart from that time saving, talk us through again, what do you think the main benefits are of virtual tours?
So I think there's quite a lot of benefits of virtual tours. So time saving is quite a big one. But then you've got secondary benefits of just removing geographical barriers from people who are looking for properties.
Yeah.
So I moved 200 miles on my last move, and trying to book a property to view with that 200-mile gap was actually quite a challenge. So how reduces those geographical barriers as well, and opens your market up to more potential tenants and more potential buyers. I think it was probably Matterport that really started with the virtual tours. When they started, the cameras, I believe they're about £4,500. I think that's probably what prompted me to build my own platform, just because of the huge cost. They have like 3D scanners, and those 3D scanners slowly rotate around the room, scan the room, take quite high quality photos. The tools were quite high quality, quite expensive. And then as you've seen 360 cameras come to the market over the last 4 or 5 years, I think we've seen them get much cheaper and much quicker to do as well. So some of the agents doing Matterport tours have told me it's taken them over 2 hours to do a house, like a 3-bedroom house. They're sat there for 2 hours waiting for the thing to spin around.
Yeah.
With a 360 camera, you can be in and out in the space of 10 minutes in the property, if not less. And then a bit of post-production at the office, another 10 minutes, and you've got your virtual tour.
Have to be a bit of a whiz kid, or is it literally the other end of the scale, child's play, to be able to do it?
Use a 360 camera. It's actually easier than taking normal photos. So with normal photos, you've got to work out the angle of the room you're taking the photo at. So you see people stood in the corner of the room trying to get a really good shot.
Yeah.
360 camera is just put it in the middle of the room, and on your phone, just push the button to take the photo. So there is a little bit more to it than that, uploading the photos and linking them together. But once you've done it once or twice, so we've got very technically challenged agents using our software. And called technical support a couple of times after they've just signed up, but then we don't hear from them for 6 to 12 months because they're just cracking on with it. Every potential vendor I've spoken to or showed these virtual tours has been very impressed with, wow, you're going to put my house on like this Google Street View technology kind of thing. So yeah, I think vendors tend to like it, and anyone buying a property, it's very, very useful when you're buying a property. So I'm going through that process now, and I was looking at quite a few properties online, and the ones that do have a virtual tour, I spent a lot longer looking inside the house, and then when I did book a viewing in on one of them, that was essentially a second viewing. Yeah. So you can have any 360 camera. It works on our platform, but we ship out one of these Xiaomi Mi Spec cameras. It needs to be a special tripod. So normal camera tripods have a platform here to support the weight of a heavy camera, like a DSLR.
Yeah.
But that platform ends up getting in the way of the photos. So you actually need no platform, and straight pull down. It's a light stand, and that will get you great photos without having the tripod in your photos.
How does it work with most multi-office agencies? Do they just have one? Do they share the camera around? Do they have one per office? How does it work just logistically, mainly for multi-office agencies?
Well, cameras are so cheap, it doesn't really make sense to show it across the offices. Otherwise, you're just dropping it between offices all the time. They're cost effective enough just to buy one per office. So at the price that we're shipping them now, 295 gets you a whole bag of equipment. So if you're a multi-office chain, like you can easily afford just one per branch.
Talk us through a few of the stories of clients using Made Snappy. What's their feedback? What are they able to tell you about how useful it's been?
Okay, there's one particular, so there's a Martin & Co branch that we work quite closely with. They, like you said earlier, they've been having 100, 200 leads per property on their rental.
Yeah.
So they've got quite streamlined lead management processes. So when you make an inquiry off Rightmove or Zoopla, they've got some software that handles that, vets the tenant in a bit. So what's your budget? How much income have you got? That kind of criteria. If it passes all of that, then they send them the virtual tour, and if they still like it, then they book them in for a viewing. So it cuts out, it's a little bit like a funnel that's cutting people out and just filtering down the leads. They have one negotiator for 600 managed properties and a total of about 1,000 properties in their portfolio, including the let only.
Yep.
Just one negotiator across the whole lot. And the owner of that branch estimates to save them over £30,000 just in terms of having less staff.
Go have a look at the landing pages on here. Made Snappy on kerfuffle.com. There's a wonderful, nice pink, as you would expect. I'm interested, contact me button. If you click on that, we'll pass the lead as well through to Mark and the team to progress.